Hey everyone, welcome back to the channel. Today's topic is the Spyderco Lightweight Para 3. Alright, so I'm new to the Spyderco family, new to the Spidey flick as well, but I'm also new to buying more expensive knives. I like the coated blade. I like the lightweight knives, so this one was right up my alley.
I'm not sure what color variations this comes in besides the black. I'm pretty sure that they have a non-coated blade with this, but I didn't see, at least in the store we were in, there wasn't any other variations of handle color. I know there might be some exclusives or something like that, but I think for the most part it's pretty much black. It feels real nice in the hand.
It feels a lot better than I was expecting. There's another lightweight variation. What's the name of that one?
The Mannix.
The Mannix, yeah. That one's handle was not quite as good, really, that I liked. But feeling this one, I really wanted to feel it before I bought it. And this one I was really impressed with. It really is lightweight.
Yeah, on the Mannix, I have a Mannix in G10, and Perry has a Mannix lightweight, and it's on the Mannix, they didn't round off the corners. And another thing I didn't really care for on the lightweight is the fact that all the attachments in here are pins, so it's stuck like that, where that's one bonus on this is they are actual screws. So you can take this knife apart if need be. You can tell on the lightweight, they rounded off the edges, like right in here where the finger would go. On the regular G10 model, I mean, they're rounded slightly, but nothing like this. The whole knife's contoured. This doesn't feel bad by any means. It feels real good, but this just feels, it's more molded, I guess you would say.
Yeah. Another thing about the Mannix is, I guess it would depend on the type of steel, but that one felt a little forward heavy with being the light handle and kind of a heavier blade. It felt a little forward leaning, but this one's balanced really nice. It doesn't feel too heavy. I don't know if I can balance that. It doesn't feel too heavy either way. It feels like it has a good balance to it.
As far as weights go, we want to weigh them real quick.
Yeah, let's see here. So let's start with the Para 3. Just the normal one is 3.4. with the lightweight being 2.4 ounces. So you get a whole ounce less with the lightweight. And you really can tell. I mean, this one, it's not particularly a heavy knife, but feeling this one, you can really feel that loss of an ounce there.
Yeah, I have both. I've got the Digi Camo S30V G10 version, and then this one. And while I feel this is plenty solid for anything you should really be doing with a knife, I feel like the G10 just it's got, you put that in your hand and you feel more confident that you're not going to break anything. This one's a little bit, it's not flimsy or anything, and it doesn't compress. It's real solid. It just, the lighter materials inherently just feels a little cheaper. One of the competitors, I would say, to this would be the Benchmade Bug Out, which these come in at like what, 1.9?
1.85, I think. So
they're, they're lighter than these, but they also are a smaller form factor. And I would say that the Bug Out is a more dainty knife, if you want to call the Bug Out dainty. It's plenty strong. You're never going to break it doing stuff you should be doing with these types of knives. But this does feel more solid than the Bug Out, in my opinion.
It's funny. I've been carrying the Para 3 lightweight around a lot, and then I went back to the Bug Out, and it feels so small. It feels so tiny. Yeah. And just the handle being real small. The Bug Out is real light, and then of course you got a normal knife, 3.4, and then I think the lightweight is a pretty good in between. It's not really light, but it's certainly lighter than your typical pocket knife.
And as far as handle size go, we haven't used this thing in forever. The handle on the Spyderco is 4.3. The bug out is 4.22. So it's just a hair smaller. Where you're gonna get something interesting though is the inherent design on the Spyderco. Like if I take cutting edge to tip here, we're looking at 2.96 from the very tip of the cutting edge here to the tip of the cutting edge there. And if you take this for cutting edge, you're looking at 2.6. So while these are very similar in size, you lose blade with that choil right there, which I don't mind. I mean, that little bit of blade loss gives you something to choke up on the knife right there. Whereas this, if you choke up there, you're gonna have a bad day. I mean, I think these are all around pretty solid knives. One thing that I found, and I think Zach's found out too, is Spyderco is kind of weird. I think they've got pretty good quality control, but like, so my brother has this exact same knife. We bought them at the exact same time. His will drop shut and no blade play. I've flicked this open, I don't know, probably 3,000 or 4,000 times, took it out, polished the washers, polished the blade, did all kind of stuff, aligned the handle, centered the blade because it wasn't centered. And you cannot get this knife, this particular knife right here to drop shut. This is as close as you can get without having any blade play, or an exorbitant amount of blade play. And my lightweight, no blade play, drop shut just fine.
And then mine, I don't know, just stiff.
And they're lubed up, everything, and there's, I'm sure that might wear in, but I know for a fact this one's not gonna wear in. It's worn in as good as it's gonna get. So just something to be aware of. I haven't really had too many Benchmades. In fact, I don't think I've ever had a Benchmade that I couldn't pull the blade out, polish the washers, polish the blade a little bit, polish the back of the spline, and it just dropped. So something to be aware of. What do you think is the place for this knife? Is this in your pocket every day? Is that a camp knife?
I've been carrying it every day. The one thing I did notice is it is a little awkward shaped with that spidey hole sticking out a little bit compared to something like the bug out, which is a real kind of a sleek design to it. And then sometimes the thumb grooves on the back here will get caught in your pocket trying to poke that in there. But I've been carrying it every day, and other than that, really kind of getting it back in my pocket, or having it bump up against something in my pocket there. I've been using it. I've been cutting boxes, and really, that's really opening packages and opening boxes. But I've been using it, and it's really worked for me, and it's been a lot of fun. You learn the Spidey flick, and then you learn it
Like that.
You learn the Spidey flick, and then you just want to do that all day. So that's fun. Well,
one thing is, I'll say, like a lot of people, their goal is to find the lightest knife possible. I'm not one of those people. If I find a knife I like it, I carry it. And the lightweights, to me, I like them, and there's a place for them. Sometimes you can lose these things in your pocket. Like, I mean, not literally lose them, but if you put these in your pocket, sometimes it's hard to think, hey, I've got a knife. I find myself checking sometimes to make sure my knife's still on there. These are, the bug out's a more traditional shape. The Spyderco's got every Spyderco's a little odd looking. It's one of those things like Glock. It's ugly till you got them, and then you learn to love them. I feel like these are kind of the same way.
I think so. They got a reputation.
Yeah, when you first start looking at a Spyderco, you're like, okay, but they grow on you. They do. It's a funky shape. It's not traditional by any means, but they're useful, ergonomical, and all around great knives.
Yeah, this is my first Spyderco. Cannot say that I'm disappointed with it and love to add to my Spyderco collection.
One caveat I would say is I wish that the lightweight came in a better steel than these are CTS BD1N, whatever that means. I think it's akin to I don't know what it's akin to. Be something like a little bit above 440 C or something like that. It's not great. It's not terrible. It's definitely not S30V. If they could just like merge them together, that'd be great. But S30V is not really one of my favorites either. I'd just like to see something else other than that.
Yeah.
I don't have a ton of experience with this, but I do know that I have sharpened it on my ceramic rod, and it brought it to tack sharp. So you can't do that with a dull S30V or a dull, LC 200N or something of that nature. It's not going to. You're going to be there 10 years. But all in all, for right above $100, I'd say that's about right where it's at. These are also, I guess these are more now. When these first came out, they were a little cheaper, but I'd say, for right around $100, this is probably about one of the best knives you can get in the lightweight category.
Yeah, for sure.
Well, we appreciate it, and we will see you next time.